Welcome to the RP Experience. I'm your host, Andrew Regenhardt, and today we have Coby Corradino with Corafilm. Coby actually has been our videographer since the very beginning of when Real Producers first started. And he's an extremely talented individual, and we're extremely privileged to have him on podcast rather than operating behind the camera. So welcome, Coby.
Thank you for having me. I do have to say it is a bit weird being in this perspective, seeing my cameras and seeing you from this angle. So
right.
It's definitely a little different.
You like to be on the other side of the camera. So
yeah.
Today we're making him work and actually be in front of the camera. Usually he gets to boss me around and tell me what I'm doing right and doing wrong and helping perfect it. So we're excited to have you on here. This also is going to be a unique podcast. It's something new that we're doing. We're having one-on-one sessions, diving more in depth on the individual to be able to tell their story, tell their experience, and get to know that individual a little bit more. So on top of that, we're going to be talking about more what Real Producers is. A lot of people keep asking, what is Real Producers? What do you guys do? How does it work? So it's a time that me and Coby get to talk about our experience together in this partnership of just the journey of Real Producers and where we're at today. We're just cresting about the 2-year mark and 2-year anniversary, so we're excited. So without further ado, I want to talk about just the background of myself and then a little bit about Real Producers. So I'm born and raised in Wisconsin, grew up there. I went to North Dakota for flight training. I did everything aviation related. It was in my blood, still is. So I worked through the ranks and I used to instruct. I had an opportunity to do defense contracting where I'd go overseas, fly military aircrafts with the guys and gals in our military. I love the opportunity, but after a certain amount of time, including a 14-month stint in Afghanistan, I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I love being back here in the United States, and I wanted to further a career back here. So I worked out in Washington State for a while as a subsidiary of Boeing, and I was an instructor operator. And then life kind of hit, and I came down here to Florida. And during that journey, I had no clue what I was going to do. And when I was moving down here to help out my family, when my dad was ill, I was like, all right, I have no clue what I'm going to do. And my good friend that owns Real Producers in Dallas had mentioned, hey, why don't you do what I do? Learned a lot about it and I haven't looked back. And now we're 2 years in the making. And fun fact, which we'll get into a little bit later, but Coby actually shot a video for a realtor at one of the events in Dallas way before he came here. And we'll talk about that, but just a small world. Pretty crazy how that all happened. So
I was just going to say, after hearing everything you've done, I was thinking about if I had anything. All I have is a high school diploma. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
But so the event is at the next big event for Real Producers is at the Jet 1 Aviation. Are you going to fly in? Are you going to do any tricks in the sky or something?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go inverted, buzz the tower.
You could do the smoke with the planes, the RP in the sky.
Oh, see, I'm definitely.
Could you do that actually?
I could not. No, it would turn into a big circle or something
blue
like that.
Blue smoke in the air. I blended with the sky. Do that at night.
Like a dark blue though, you'd see that.
That
would work. I mean, you see clouds.
We should look into that.
All right, deal. Add it to the docket. See who wants to sponsor that one. That'd be a pricey one. Glad you could be on here, Coby. I want to give a quick shout out to just everyone involved in Real Producers. Coby has been a huge asset to helping Real Producers become what it is today. And every partner and every realtor that has believed in us has helped us to the journey and the position we're at today. Real Producers is a national franchise. We've been around for about 100. We have about 100 markets.
I thought you were about to say 100 years. I was like, wow.
I know. Screwed that one up a little bit.
Real estate
about 5 years, but about 100 markets nationwide. So our core values is actually connecting, elevating, and inspiring. And we do that by bringing together the top 500 agents and our preferred partners into one community, one platform where more relationships can be formed and more business can be made and completed. So, it's been so cool to watch Coby here from when we first started working together about a year and a half ago. It was up in Cape Coral, right? Was one of the first video shoots. We did some videos there, and the journey, just first of all, together, but also the progression of what Coby's done with his quality, with his content. And it's kind of fun. I mean, you've probably gone back and looked at the first few videos.
Oh yeah. Wait, the ones we shot or just mine?
Well, I mean, you probably look at the other ones too, but like the first, let's say, hype video that we did.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
They were, and we progressed a long way. So, one of the things we've done, and what's really cool, is Real Producers is about the community, and all of the partners that are involved, including Cora Film, right, is here to help better the platform, and they really have done that. And it's obvious that you see the quality of this videos and how we can get our message out, and Coby really helps that. And what's neat about it though is that everyone admires like the quality of what Coby does, and how much of a perfection he is, and what that end result is, and they end up wanting to work with Coby, and we've really seen that happen where they're then hiring Coby to do certain things too. And that's what the beauty of this platform is. It's really bringing, everyone together. Obviously, we deal with the top 500 agents specifically, and then they recommend the certain businesses. So they recommend the other mortgage and title and inspectors and builders and everyone there. And obviously, the same concept applies, bringing them together. But it's just been really cool over this past year and a half journey to see what has kind of formed, and the events, they've changed a little bit, huh?
Yes, they have. They keep getting. I do have to say that I do think the first launch party is my all-time favorite. We've done Ferrari, about to do Jet 1 here at Venture X, but that house and just the energy there was just awesome. So I think that one's got to be my favorite.
It was a very unique event. I was very scared. It was down during COVID still, and I was a little scared to say the least. But it was amazing. It all
came out really well. And even that's one of my favorite videos too. Like if I look back, like obviously the quality and like certain things I did technically wrong, but I just think the video just looked really cool.
I mean, Steve Calabrese got thrown in the pool, right?
And I filmed that shot on my iPhone. Actually.
I know, and you incorporated that, which was so cool. I still can't believe it. All of a sudden, someone was like, "Yeah, the realtors threw Steve in the pool," and I said, "Well, why?" I had all these questions. I said, "Well, I mean, hey, I guess PR. All PR is good PR, right?" So.
And then didn't he ask for that for some marketing?
Something? He's like, if I get a deal or something. No, I don't know if he said that, but it would have been smart if he did. So, I love it. So we do have a big event here on the 24th. Me and you are actually just shooting at the Jet 1 Aviation. So. Big shout out to Jet 1 Aviation. They're helping supply an amazing trip for a good cause as well. So if you guys haven't heard it by the time you hear this podcast, they're throwing in a trip down to the Keys on a private jet. So someone that is helping support Rescue 22 and the charity will win this trip down there. So up to 8 people total in a jet down to the Keys. Enjoy the evening.
Are we allowed to enter this?
I'm not allowed to. Coby,
I'm allowed to. And then if I win, I can bring you as my friend.
I think that's a requirement.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everyone at the event that the requirement is that actually it's not 8 friends, it's 6, and you got to bring me and my girlfriend. So, it's just going to have to work.
There you go.
But we also have Preferred Travel of Naples, and they're going to take care of the transportation as well as the hotel. So we're super excited. But the better part of the whole thing, obviously that's going to be an experience of a lifetime, is that we're raising money for Rescue 22. And Rescue 22 helps the dogs, the service dogs, and the training that goes into that, that they're able to pair with veterans that are in need. So we're super blessed to be able to help raise some money. So let's see how much we can generate. Coby, I want to ask you, you've been an amazing partner with us. You've helped out through the journey. What has your experience been being a partner with Southwest Florida Real Producers?
In one word, just simply relationships, because I think being introduced to, such a high caliber of professionals in such a short period of time, I kind of felt, I did feel extremely intimidated by all these people, thinking I'm just starting out with video and I wanted to get more exposure, more experience. But then I realized, all right, I'm dealing with people who are a very high level professionals. So that means I have to act as a high level professional and put out highly professional work, which was kind of like, how do I do that if I actually don't know what I'm doing? I just want to do this for experience. But everything was a learning experience. And I think just because I was thrown and put into this arena within Southwest Florida Real Producers, it motivated me and made me hungry to learn more and to get better and better and better. And I believe in such a short amount of time, I have gotten better with the videos that I create and the stories that I tell, as well as the relationships I've made with all the incredible people I've met. You know, in the beginning, obviously, I'm meeting these people and I'm looking at them as clients and as people who I'm making videos for. And I see them as friends. I do a lot of things with them. I'll go to their events and I will film, but I also am their friend and they're my friend and I have a great time with them. So overall, Southwest Florida Real Producers has helped me in a plethora of ways. And I think like the most important one is to push me and motivate me to be better every day and the people that I've been able to meet.
And there's been a line that's been said on this podcast quite a bit, but, you know, you're average of your 5 best friends. And when you surround yourself with a caliber of top 500, right? And I mean, these last numbers would be that the 500th person doing about 20 million or above is absolutely impressive, right? It's crazy to see. And then the business owners, you know, you have powerhouses and these of business owners that are just, you know, beasts, you know, and to admire them and what they're doing with their business.
Yep.
Obviously, we're blessed to have them as partners and sometimes
and I think another
too.
thing, like being around them, obviously I'm learning how to be a professional and how to handle certain situations and conduct yourself, but also just to be real, because that's what people at the end of the day like. I've heard this like 1,000 times with all the realtors that I've met, as there's thousands of realtors alone here in Southwest Florida. And then imagine in every other state and city, there's tons of them. So at the end of the day, everybody knows at least a handful of realtors. So they choose who they want to work with because they like that person the most, or how they conduct themselves and their business. And so I really took that to heart and started realizing, okay, I have to stop acting like this perfect fake robot cardboard cutout like guy who makes videos. If I'm just myself and then my work speaks for itself as well, then people will want to work with me, and it's worked out.
You know, you hit the nail on the head. You got to be authentic, right? You have to be authentic. I'm the same way. I as much as I, you know, would love to wear bum clothes and whatnot, I still have to look somewhat presentable, but I'm not going to wear a 3-piece suit. That's not me, right? Like, I love my t-shirt with a coat or with some jeans.
It's your signature look.
It's my look.
If you
wore
wore anything else, I wouldn't feel comfortable around
Right.
it.
I'm just comfortable in it, but that's the thing.
I saw you in shorts one time. I don't want to see that again.
Hey, I wish I could be in shorts, especially when it gets hot.
Shorts and sandals.
When it gets hot again. You know, you had mentioned relationships earlier, and that's such a critical thing. It's long-lasting relationships too. You know, this platform is not a, you know, short stint kind of situation. My partners have been with me for now 2 years, and they're you know, 3 years, 4 years sometimes. Like, these partnerships take a lot of time to form, and these relationships, these agents, you know, don't happen overnight. I mean, there's plenty of such scenarios where Coby, you've done a little something here, you've done a little something there for an agent or a business owner, and then you have to, you know, do something else, and you slowly keep working your way up, and then you're their, you know, main videographer or whatever. A lot of touch points, a lot of times where I've referred, a lot of times where they've seen your video, and then finally, you know, it's like, oh, all right, I'm going to give this guy a shot, right? So it's been really cool to see that, especially, you know, seeing the progression of, you know, you just trying to enter the realm with these individuals to being their go-to person. I want to just walk through the process of what Real Producers is for the realtors as well as the businesses. You know, obviously, if you have any questions, reach out to me at any time, but I just want to explain kind of how this works. So I get the privilege of meeting and sitting down with these top 500 agents. And when I do, I get to hear their story and gather content for Real Producers. But one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of pay-to-play platforms is the cost for the actual producing agents is free. There's no cost. And that's due to the support and the sponsorship from all of our partners.
Wait, you're telling me it's free for the realtors?
Free.
They get a free magazine.
Free.
Delivered to their door.
Every single
month.
month.
With them in or on it.
Yep, exactly. And there's no catch, and that's the beauty of it. Like, there's no pay-to-play platform. But that really is because of the support of all of our preferred partners. Now, when I say preferred partners, you know, there's a lot of lists out there or whatever, and you buy your way on. But Ours is not like that. When I sit down with the agent, I ask them who they work with, who they can trust, and who they would recommend to other agents and other people. And so the preferred partners are businesses that are already engaged in working with other top agents. So the same caliber of people. So they're already understanding the expectations that are going to be set from these top agents. So it's really easy when I connect them with these top agents and they're like, yep, I'm ready to go. I've been, doing this job, or I've been doing this and I'm used to it. I'm used to the expectation and the quality. And so that's something that's really cool. And then obviously hearing the stories on the Real Producers, we get to feature them, and we get professional photography, and we do an article and everything like that. So it's really cool. And then the agents are able to use that as a marketing tool afterwards for their farming community and stuff. So that's been really fun too.
I feel like as an outsider looking in, because I was an outsider at one point. That's when you mentioned that I lived in Dallas for a little bit. I was with a friend of mine who was a realtor. He was a rising star and invited me to go to this event with him, which was one of the Dallas Real Producer events, and he was there as a rising star, and he wanted me to film it. So I went there and I was filming it, and I had no idea where I was or what I was walking into, but it was a super dope event at this beautiful listing in I forget if it was in Highland Park or somewhere in a really nice neighborhood in Dallas. And I just thought, wow, this is incredibly cool. And they're going down the list of all the top realtors and the people, and I see the magazine, and it just looked very prestigious. And I was like, wow, I guess if you make it on that cover, you've made it to the top. But then coming here back to Southwest Florida, where I moved when I was younger, and I came back after I left Dallas. When I got to know you, when I got involved in Southwest Florida Real Producers, I realized that it was so much more than just, I'm on the front of a magazine, or I got an article written about me. It's really about, what are the three? It's elevating, connecting, inspiring. Mm-hmm. It's really about those three things, because you're elevating these realtors for the incredibly hard work that they do. You're connecting the best of the best. You say that all. It's like your key term, the best of the best, which is true. And then inspiring, and you're inspiring others, people who like this podcast. You always ask certain people and partners and realtors on here, like, what would you tell somebody who is just starting on your shoes? And I feel like people who see the covers, they see the events and the people there, they're inspired to achieve that or get to that point in their business or whatever they're pursuing.
Interesting. I'm going through the process, and if anyone has gone through the process of, let's say weight loss or whatever it is, your day to day, you never notice any change, right? You really don't. It's like when you look at the picture that was like 15 years ago or 10, 5 months ago, and you lost all this weight, you're like, whoa, I look way different. I don't look at it exactly. I mean, I see.
If anything, you've gained weight, Andrew.
Oh,
not you. The magazine. See how I did that? The wordplay there.
Such a punny guy over here.
No, but for real, like I remember when the first couple magazines were like thin paper. I had to get a paper cut with them. Now they're like huge books.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have more features, now, more agents, more partners.
Is there a cap? How many pages you're allowed to have?
Yeah, we do have a cap, and we're pretty close to it. And so, but we have amazing partners now, so we're not really actively searching as much right now for Naples. And that's something that we're going to be talking about, is the Naples versus Fort Myers eventually. So,
is that announced already?
It's technically not announced, so that's a little teaser right there. So people might hear a little bit, but
if they actually listen to this,
there's some exciting stuff if you want to listen. Well, we have the video coming here shortly as well, but it's cool to see and hear that. I do get feedback, but the inspiring thing is awesome. I get agents that reach out to me, hey, I'm not there yet. I can't wait to make that cover. I can't wait to even make it in the top 500. And
I don't think I've ever asked you that. People actually, they do.
They do, and it's so cool. And I can't wait to feature them. Mm-hmm. We are very close to a couple agents that we actually featured as rising stars, which are still relatively new, that just crashed into the top 500, and we're gonna be able to put them on literally on the cover, That's
awesome.
They're gonna be top dogs. So to see them grow like that is amazing. And then also the relationships that have formed within Real Producers, from partners to realtors, even some of the partners to partners, from mortgage and title working together, or insurance or whatnot. So general contractors and painters and all that kind of stuff. So
I have I think it's so funny too, because a lot of the stuff, which I started out with real estate videography, I do so many things now that aren't real estate related, but are with people I have met in SWFL Real Producers. For one, I filmed one realtor's entire his son's football season, something I never thought that I would do. I'm filming one of the featured agents' wedding in May. So I think it's so crazy how these little things they come together, and never would have happened if I hadn't joined Real Producers.
Well, we are so lucky to have you part of Real Producers, and look out for the next couple videos that we're gonna be making, because there's some exciting news that's gonna be happening. There's some big stuff. This event's gonna be one of the best events, I think, to date. It probably will beat the launch one, right? So
I don't know. Unless you fly a plane, I don't think you can beat it.
I mean,
I better see something.
Never say never.
If I see you in the air or something, I want to see it.
All right. Well, you'll be there. We got to document it. So I mean, you got to videotape it.
I will. I won't.
Will you get in the plane with me?
No.
What?
I don't want to get on a plane. If you're doing the loops with the smoke, I don't want to be on the plane with you. I want to film it.
But what happened if we weren't doing the loops?
Then there's no fun in that.
Well, I mean, it's still flying. Would you feel comfortable? I'm a pilot. I taught people to fly. You should be fine. I don't know.
I don't know.
No trust over here, Coby.
Yeah, I'm more of a drone pilot.
Well, I did that too, so I'll help you with that. But you're already the expert in that category. The aircrafts that
I do have to say though, I give Andrew credit. This guy tries to, when I'm filming with the drone, especially, he tries to take over and tell me I'm a pilot. So,
yeah, I do that until it starts crashing, right? And then I give it back.
I've seen your drone footage. It's pretty good. It's
It's
tight.
not bad,
It's pretty
right?
tight, yeah.
I used to do it. We didn't really get. Let's just say our cameras weren't looking at fancy things and nice pretty things all the time. So it was
the cool landscapes.
It was a different style of drone work. So
and I've seen his video skills too.
They're not very good.
They're pretty good.
No, I need all the stabilization extra stuff. So. All right, folks, we're out of time here. Coby, thank you so much for being on here. And this is obviously a unique episode, having you guys on here and actually me talking to explain a little bit more about what Real Producers is. But we hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next episode.
Roger that.